Second, no American company should be able to avoid paying its fair share of taxes by moving jobs and profits overseas. My attitude is every multinational company should have to pay a basic minimum tax. You should not have an advantage by building a plant over there over somebody who's investing here and hiring American workers. And every penny of that minimum tax should go towards lowering taxes for companies like Boeing that choose to stay and hire here in the United States of America. Number three, if you're an American manufacturer, you should get a bigger tax cut. And if you're a high-tech manufacturer, we should double the tax deductions you get for making your products here. And finally, if you want to relocate in a community that's been hard hit by factories leaving town, then you should get help financing that new plant, or financing that equipment, or training for new workers. Everett, it is time to stop rewarding companies that ship jobs overseas, reward companies that are creating jobs right here in the United States of America. Congress should send me these tax reforms. I'll sign them right away. Now, another thing we're doing to support American jobs is making it easier for businesses like Boeing to sell their products all over the world. 2 years ago, I set a goal of doubling U.S. exports in 5 years. We're on track to meet that goal. We're actually ahead of schedule. So last November, when I was in Indonesia, Boeing announced a deal with the help of the Export-Import Bank to sell more than 200 planes to one of the fastest growing airlines in the world. Boeing is one of the largest exporters in America. This was one of the biggest deals Boeing had ever done. Over the years, it will help support thousands of American jobs, including jobs here in Everett. So I tease Jay every time I see him. I said, I deserve a gold watch because I'm selling your stuff all the time. I will go anywhere in the world to open up new markets for American products. And by the way, I will not stand by when our competitors don't play by the rules. That's why I directed my administration to create a trade enforcement unit that just has one job: investigating unfair trade practices in countries like China or places like Europe. That's why it's so important for Congress to reauthorize the Export-Import Bank. This bank is led by Fred Hochberg, who's right here. He's out there working with Jay all the time, selling on behalf of Boeing. And the Export-Import Bank helps companies like this one sell its products. It also helps thousands of small businesses. And today, the bank will be launching a new program to help small businesses get the financing they need to sell more products overseas. I'm also instructing the bank to give American companies a fair shot by matching the unfair export financing that their competitors receive from other countries. You know, American workers, you guys, folks like Kathleen, you're the most productive on earth. You can compete with anybody. You will outwork anybody as long as the playing field is level. You can compete with any worker, anywhere, anytime. In China, in Europe, it does not matter. If we have a level playing field, America will always win because we've got the best workers. It's also because we've always believed in the power of innovation. Innovation requires basic research. Look at this plane. This plane was first designed virtually, using the same technology that was developed by NASA. Government research helped to create this plane. I was in there fooling around with those windows where you press them and they dim on their own. I kept on pressing the button, dimmed, got light. One touch with a finger. And the displays in the cockpit. They're projected on the windshield so pilots don't have to look down at their instruments. They can maintain their line of sight even as they're getting all these readings. Now, some of the work, the most advanced work, was done by engineers down in Huntsville, Alabama, who used to work on the International Space Station. Their expertise, a lot of those ideas, came out of government research. We've got to support this kind of cutting-edge research. We need to maintain our innovative edge so that jobs and industries take root right here in the United States, not someplace else. So, Everett, if we want to build an economy that lasts, that is strong, that has a strong foundation, that helps families get into the middle class and stay in the middle class, we've got to do everything we can to strengthen American manufacturing. We've got to make sure we're making it easier for companies like Boeing to create jobs here at home and sell our products abroad. We've got to keep on investing in American-made energy, and we've got to keep training American workers. And above all, we've got to renew the values that have always made this country great. Hard work, fair play, shared responsibility. These are not Democratic values or Republican values. These are American values. They've seen us through some tough challenges. But we've always emerged stronger than before because of these values. And we're going to come out stronger than before this time as well. And I know it because of the people who are here. You know, in December of 2009, the first Dreamliner took off on its maiden flight right here in Everett. Some of you are probably out there seeing it. It was a cold, windy day. That didn't stop 13,000 employees all from coming out and seeing what they had built, seeing the product of all their hard work suddenly filling the skies. And one of these people was Sharon O'Hara. Is Sharon here? Where's Sharon? There's Sharon right there. Sharon works as an executive office administrator for the leaders of the Dreamliner team. Now, executive assistant means basically you're doing all the work. Now, some of you may know that Sharon's been undergoing some treatment for cancer recently. So she's got her own battle. But her doctors recently told her she's healthy enough to come back to work. That's worth applauding. Sharon, there are a lot of people who are happy to see you back at work. And I was hearing about this, and as Sharon tells the story about watching the first plane lift gently off the runway, just the way it was designed to do, she thought about everything that had gone into making this day possible. All the challenges, all the setbacks, the thousands of hours of brain power and manpower and woman power. And what Sharon says is, there's a quote, "I had goosebumps and tears. We said we would do it, and we did." That's a pretty good motto. You said you would do it, and you did. That's what we do as Americans. That's the spirit we need right now. In this country, we don't give up. Even when times are tough, we look out for one another. We reach for new opportunities. We pull each other up. We stay focused on the horizon. That's who we are. That's who we've always been. And if we work together right now with common purpose and common effort, I have no doubt we will build an economy that lasts, and we will remind the world just why it is the United States of America as the greatest country on earth. We said it, we will do it. God bless you. God bless the United States.